Welcome back once again, guys. As you all know, Nnamdi Kanu was currently live in the courts this morning, and there's nothing that was quite so happy seeing is to see Nnamdi Kanu boldly and confidently speaking to those DSS operatives and speaking to everyone in the court like he is confident and sure, and he knows that he is innocent, that he has no case to answer. He keeps saying this. Nnamdi Kanu went to the court today boldly and confidently with the mindset that he is going to win. As Justice James Omotosho have approved and let Nnamdi Kanu to file his written address. Nnamdi Kanu definitely win. I've kept on telling you guys this particular thing. Nnamdi Kanu is an innocent man and he does not deserve to be in detention. Despite everything that Justice James Omotosho and his people keep saying, including this particular man called Adegboyega Awomolo, bringing up several charges, several terrorism-related charges on Nnamdi Kanu. Justice James Omotosho recently called Nnamdi Kanu a terrorist, and he said that Nnamdi Kanu need to be treated like a terrorist. So you can imagine that. An innocent man, a man that is loved by everyone, and they are treating him this way. Why? Why are they treating him this way? Now, without wasting my time, there's a video I want you guys to watch. I want you guys to watch this particular video so that you see exactly what I'm saying. Watch this video, and when we are back, we will continue.
Apart from other problems, one of which is the kidnapping, what is known as the extraordinary rendition of Nnamdi Kanu from Kenya, you cannot cure that. You cannot cure the absence of evidence. You cannot cure every other problem you brought upon yourself in this problem. And that's what we have told them. And in general, because this is also foundational to Nigeria, Nigeria is in search of unity, they claim. Nigeria is in search of nationhood, because it has never become a nation. If you want to make that happen, you do justice to all the components of Nigeria. You don't discriminate against somebody because his name is somebody you don't like, or because his religion is what you can't stand, and then you expect the country to be united. That is not going to happen. So, in doing this, we're also encouraging them to have the national healing that can bring about national unity, since they love unity very much. But there can never be unity without justice.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Finally, if you say a word, maybe a final piece of advice to government, if they will listen to you, what would that be?
I don't advise government. They have over 2,000 advisors. Anybody who is advising government in Nigeria is the enemy of government. Government of Nigeria don't listen to advice. Otherwise, ChatGPT could have advised them that this case is not going anywhere. Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Just a prompt on ChatGPT or Grok 4 on Twitter would have advised them that this is not going to go anywhere, no matter how well it is packaged, no matter how well the propaganda is pushed. And look at where we are today in Nigeria. Look at where we are. Nigeria is in a throes of some of its worst security situation. And this is what we are wasting our time doing. We have 35 Christians at the time that we are being accused of persecution of Christians in the bush, attacked by terrorists who were live streamed. You have 25 female students, Muslims, also in the bush with terrorists. You have an army general who has just been murdered by terrorists. You are not focused on that. You are trying Nnamdi Kanu because he carried a microphone to say that he wants Biafra. The only evidence they have in this court is the microphone that they found with him when he was arrested in Lagos. And his underwear, top and bottom. There is no evidence of a gun or an RPG. He was not found with police uniforms. Whereas in Katsina, someone killed an assistant commissioner of police, kept his uniform and wore the uniform to a peace conference, the so-called peace conference. And nothing is done about it. They bring their magazines and their AK-47s and their anti-aircraft guns to meetings. You can't do anything about them, but it's the guy who wears a nice Fendi and a microphone and says, we want justice. 10 years. You can't figure it out. Yes.
So guys, welcome back once again. I believe we've all watched the video. And we know that particular young man standing there. We know who he is. A vibrant and active young man called Omotosho, human rights activist, who diligently fights for the release of Nnamdi Kanu. He has done so much. And you can see what he's trying to say. He's saying nothing but the truth. All what he's saying is the truth. You know, Nnamdi Kanu made some prophecies that time. He said some things ago that time. He talked about the insecurity and the way Tinubu and his government are going to rule, the way the Northerners will take over the country. He said it, but we overlooked it and acted deaf ears to what Nnamdi Kanu said. Okay, now look at in reality. See what is happening. Look at what is happening in the northern part. Look at what is happening. Look at the large number of Christians that are being killed every day. Nnamdi Kanu said this. We all kept deaf ears. Now it is not happening. We are now seeing it with our eyes. When I keep telling you guys that Nnamdi Kanu is a man of peace, he wants the betterment of his people. That is always his plan. I keep on telling you guys this particular thing, but you guys will not listen. Now, without wasting much of your time, let's get into full details so that I know exactly what transpired in court today. As you can see on your screen, Justice Omotosho convicted Nnamdi Kanu on terrorism charge after ruling he forfeited right to defend himself. Let's read in full details. The Federal High Court in Abuja on Monday convicted the detained leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu, on count 1 of the charges against him after holding that Kanu did not enter a defense or after any explanation to counter the prosecution's evidence. Delivering the ruling, Justice James Omotosho stated that the prosecution's case stood unchallenged following Kanu's refusal to properly present a defense and his removal from the courtroom earlier in the day over repeated unruly behavior. This court therefore holds that the prosecution has established count 1 beyond reasonable doubt. The judge declared. Consequently, the defendant is hereby convicted in respect of count 1. Sahara Reporters earlier reported that Justice James Omotosho of the Federal High Court in Abuja on Monday ordered that proceedings, including the delivery of judgment, would continue in the absence of Nnamdi Kanu, citing the IPOB leader's persistent, unruly behavior in the courtroom. Security operatives subsequently escorted Kanu out of the courtroom as the judge moved on with the day's proceedings. The courtroom of the Federal High Court in Abuja was tense on Monday as Justice James Omotosho clashed with the detained IPOB leader, Nnamdi Kanu, after delivering a ruling that dismissed his latest bail application. However, Nnamdi Kanu objected to the ruling and challenged the court to show him the law that says he cannot be granted bail while the case is on trial. Show me the law. Justice Omotosho, show me the law. Any judgment from this court is a kangaroo. It is premeditated. Says Kanu, this is the decision. I appeal to you to compose yourself. This is the temple of justice, Justice Omotosho said, turning to Kanu, who appeared visibly agitated. Please, I beg you to compose yourself. You have the right to appeal. Can you excuse me? The judge later ordered that he should be removed from his court. Kanu had filed another request for bail in the midst of his trial, but the court held that the application fell outside the permissible categories of bail and was inconsistent with Section 306 of the ACJA. Justice Omotosho noted that the defense had already entered its final address in compliance with an earlier order of the court. In a tense courtroom showdown, Nnamdi Kanu erupted in protest against the presiding judge, Justice Omotosho, insisting on his constitutional right to present a final written address. Kanu, visibly angered, argued that he had not forfeited this right and demanded that the court hear him before any ruling could proceed. The courtroom erupted into chaos as Kanu continued to challenge the authority of the judge. Kanu insisted that the judge must first listen to his final submissions. Eyewitnesses described scenes of drama as security personnel prepared to escort Kanu out while he repeatedly called for justice to be served in accordance with the law. Justice James Omotosho of the Federal High Court had on November 7 fixed Thursday, November 20, for judgment after ruling that Kanu failed to open his defense within the 6 days allocated to him. Sahara Reporters had reported that the IPOB leader filed a motion challenging the validity of the terrorism charges against him, arguing that the repealed Terrorism Prevention and Prohibition Act rendered the charges unlawful. He asked the court to strike out the case expunged the purported plea of not guilty entered by him and ordered his release. Kanu maintained that the proceedings were a nullity and sought an order directing his release on the grounds that the charges disclosed no offence known to law. Kanu has also filed a fresh suit before the Court of Appeal seeking to halt today's judgment, but the appellate court has not fixed a date for hearing and has issued no order. So guys, you can now see that these people plans, their plans are to frustrate Nnamdi Kanu only. This is just their plans, to frustrate Nnamdi Kanu. Because why would they be bringing several things? Nnamdi Kanu now is now saying, okay, he is ready. And they are saying no. That he has passed the limit, the days that was given to him. They gave him some days and he did not enter defense. So finally it has been closed. They want to pass on with the judgment now. Why are they treating Nnamdi Kanu in this way? Now get to the comment section. Let me have your take on this. Tell me what you feel in the comment section. Like this video, share this video. Always leave a free Nnamdi Kanu in the comment section. And most importantly, hit the subscribe button and turn on this channel notification bell so that you won't be missing any updates about Nnamdi Kanu.